Hello and welcome to another Dragon Ball FighterZ video. Today, TGN Anime presents a character profile for Yamcha. Yamcha is a great character at doing a lot of things. Who would say that before the game came out? He's really great for left-right mix-up. He just crosses up to the enemy's back without spending any meter, and it's extremely fast and tough to react to. And at the same time, he's got a few abilities that allow him to get in and out of danger, making him an excellent character at applying pressure. But his normals are actually pretty unique, meaning most of your conventional combos will not work with Yamcha, and here are a few reasons why. His standing heavy does a backflip before striking the enemy, so you can't really incorporate it in a lot of your common combos, because he'll actually drop the combo if you attempt that. It can, however, be used as a counter since Yamcha jumps back first, potentially dodging an enemy attack before landing the heavy. But if you want this in a combo, you'll need to use an assist or sparking blast. His down heavy on the ground is actually 2 kicks, and that's something you need to keep in mind because both kicks need to connect if you want the launcher to happen. So be careful not to cancel the first kick into a super dash because the timing on this one is slightly longer than you might be used to. His heavy attack in the air also does not have any smash properties, so you cannot put opponents back into a hard knockdown state using this. Again, that's just something you'll have to keep in mind. And his down heavy in the air also does not launch the opponent. Instead, Yamcha does a dive kick, which can bring opponents back to the ground as well as Yamcha, so you can use this to get back to the ground fast, which can be good for mix-up, but if you want to use a launcher, you have to do it from the ground. Yamcha's special button is also unique. It has Yamcha jumping back as he throws a ki blast. Again, this will make it tougher to include in combos. It's more of a covered retreat sort of ability, and it's pretty much the same on the ground and in the air. And with all of these unique normals, it becomes pretty hard for Yamcha to just do your conventional combos, stuff that you might be bringing from other characters. But that's where his special moves come in, because they're able to fill the void left by a lot of these unique attacks. So let's start with some simple stuff, talking about his specials, and then we'll work our way up to the Wolf Fang Fist, which will take a bit to explain. It's not hard to understand, there's just a lot you can do with it. So starting simple with quarter circle forward and the special button, we have the Kamehameha. Yamcha's Kamehameha is a bit slower, not the key wave itself, but the startup animation takes a little bit longer, so it's easier to see it coming. And also that means be very careful if you're using this from close range. Also, Yamcha can only do this while on the ground, unlike Krillin or Goku, who can do it while jumping. Moving on to his GALE claws with quarter circle backwards and an attack button. This is Yamcha's anti-air as well as a good combo finisher, as you can perform this move both on the ground or in the air. The light attack version is good for prolonging combos with an assist. The medium attack version will put the opponent into a hard knockdown state, no matter how many smash attacks or wall bounces it's been through already, meaning you can always finish it with a super. And the heavy attack version does the same as the medium version, but deals a bit more damage at the cost of 1 bar of meter. And then we finally have the Wolf Fang Fist with quarter circle forward and an attack button, Yamcha's signature move, which is also his assist, and there's a lot you can do with this one. Similarly to Vegeta Blue's super dash kick, the Wolf Fang Fist has 3 different phases, and you can change what to do during these different phases by pressing different buttons. So we'll talk about these 3 different phases as the activation phase, the follow-up phase, and the finisher. For the activation, the light attack button has Yamcha lunging forward and initiating the attack. This is the most straightforward initiation. The medium attack has a longer range and does essentially the same, unless you're close enough to the opponent. In that case, Yamcha will vanish and attack them from the back, giving Yamcha a free cross-up. And then the heavy attack version has the same initiation as the light attack version, but it automatically will do the follow-up and the finisher as well, so it kind of goes through all 3 phases automatically. Personally, I don't see the advantage of using this version, as it doesn't deal more damage than some of the other versions, and it doesn't seem to be any faster. It just seems like a good waste of meter. But if you think there are unique applications for this one, let me know in the comments down below. Next, we have the follow-up phase, which comes after the activation, and you can follow up the Wolf Fang Fist with the light or the medium attack buttons to unleash a flurry of hits. Both attacks work the same, but the medium attack version deals a little bit more damage, which might affect scaling, so it might end up hurting you if you want to finish with a super. Take that into consideration when labbing for optimal combos. You can also follow up using the special attack button, which will cross up to the opponent's back and then allow you to actually follow up again with any attack button. You can also use back and the special attack button, which has Yamcha stepping away, which is great for when the opponent is blocking and you want to avoid getting punished, or just in case you want to mix them up a little bit. Now, the special buttons almost don't count as a follow-up, because you can chain 2 of them together or use one and then use the follow-up afterwards. It's like an extra step that you can including your Wolf Fang Fist for free, just in case you want to. And then we have the finishers. The light attack button just kind of finishes the move. The medium attack button puts the opponent into a hard knockdown state, and the heavy attack button launches them into the air at the cost of 1 bar of meter, which is perfect for extending combos. Now you can use your finisher right away if you don't want to use a follow-up, so pressing the heavy attack button anytime during the Wolf Fang Fist will launch the opponent into the air. But if you want to use the light or medium attack finishers right away without the follow-up, you have to press forward and the attack button. Now, was that too confusing? Well, that's because there's really a lot you can do with this move. Here are a bunch of possible combinations. Yeah, there's a lot, but I'll show off a few examples that you might find more useful at the end of this video, so you're not overwhelmed when starting this character. You don't need to memorize that whole list. As far as supers go, he's got 2 of them, a level 1 and a level 3. Both can only be performed while on the ground. His level 1 is the Spirit Ball with quarter circle forward and the right bumper or trigger. You can press any button after the first hit to keep the Spirit Ball coming for more damage. Even if the opponent blocks, you can keep pressing buttons just in case he drops his guard. And you can actually direct the Spirit Ball using the D-pad, which is important for reasons that we'll talk about in a little bit, so just keep it in mind for now. And then we have his level 3, the ultimate Wolf Fang Fist with quarter circle backwards and the right bumper or trigger. Yamcha lunges forward horizontally, covering the entire screen on the ground, and if he connects with this, he'll play out the whole super. As far as auto combos go, when you mash the light attack button, he does this. And when you mash the medium attack button, he does this. And now that we know his moves, here's how to use him in battle. Remember when I told you you could direct the Spirit Ball using the D-pad? Well, that's important because you can actually manipulate the position of your opponent with that. And if you don't raise him up too far in the air and finish with a Spirit Ball striking downwards, you'll actually make him land into a hard knockdown state, which means Yamcha can link his level 1 into his level 3 if he wants to spend 4 bars finishing a combo. This is also good to keep in mind because depending on the assist characters you have, if you want to do a follow-up super, you might want to bring opponents back to the ground or put him in a specific position in the air. It is extremely easy for Yamcha to land his level 1 super because, as we mentioned, his GALE claws with the medium attack button will always put the opponent into a hard knockdown state. So when Yamcha gets back to the ground, he throws his level 1 super, follows up with a level 3 if he feels like it, and there you have it, a level 4 super. So it's easy for Yamcha to finish combos, but what about starting them? Well, you might have noticed the amount of Wolf Fang Fist combinations that there are, and with all those combinations, Yamcha will be a tough character to predict. At the same time, there's a lot of combinations to keep in mind for a beginner, so let me just give you some starting combinations if you're now beginning to use Yamcha. First, we have the basic version of this, with light, medium, medium, and you can follow this up with a super if you want. Then the cross-up basic with medium, medium, medium. This will cross up to the opponent's back. Then what I like to call the double cross-up with medium, special, medium, medium, for when one cross-up is not enough anymore and your opponent is starting to read your moves. And for pressure, which is for when they block your Wolf Fang Fist, you can go with light, medium, and then back special, so you can get away from danger. And if you think they'll try to punish you, just throw a heavy at the end of that one. And now he's up in the air and you can follow up with a combo. Hit practice mode, start trying out combos with that heavy attack finisher, see what you feel comfortable following up with, and after you're comfortable, you can start trying out some different variations of his Wolf Fang Fist. Now, as far as weaknesses go, I feel like his biggest weakness is the startup animation on most of his moves. If there's a lot of pressure on Yamcha, it can be hard to find an opening because there's always a little bit of wind-up animation to his specials and even to his normals. But the great thing is, once Yamcha gets moving, it's extremely hard not to get caught up in a combo. It will take time because his normals are not conventional at all, so you'll need to hit practice mode, but once you get used to him, it is extremely easy to start and finish combos from any position. Thank you for watching another character profile for Dragon Ball FighterZ. For any of the other characters, check out the playlist up there. If you're in the mood for something else, there's also the video at the bottom, but as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!